The storm had passed, leaving the city washed clean. Rainwater clung to every surface, sparkling beneath the glow of streetlights, and the air carried a rare freshness, as if the night had been reborn. June and Soo-yeon walked slowly, their shoes splashing through shallow puddles, their hands still linked though neither spoke. The silence between them no longer felt like a burden. It felt like a fragile thread tying them together, strong enough to hold after years of breaking apart. Soo-yeon's gaze lingered on their joined hands, the simple contact making her heart ache. She had dreamed of this moment countless times, yet living it now felt almost unreal. "It feels strange," she murmured softly, her voice breaking through the hush of the night. "Like if I close my eyes, you'll disappear again." June stopped walking, turning to face her fully. His expression was steady, but his eyes betrayed the storm inside him. "Then don't close your eyes," he said quietly. "I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." His words were simple, but the conviction behind them made her chest tighten, tears threatening once more. They reached a small bridge that overlooked the river, its surface rippling with reflections of neon lights. The water moved steadily, uncaring of the storms above, and Soo-yeon found herself leaning against the railing, her gaze fixed on the endless current. "Do you ever wonder," she asked, her tone wistful, "what our lives would have been if we hadn't been forced apart?" June stood beside her, his shoulders brushing hers, his eyes tracing the same restless river. "All the time," he admitted. "I think about the photographs I would have taken of you, the trips we might have gone on, the quiet mornings, the fights, even the silences. I think about everything we lost." His jaw tightened, a flicker of pain crossing his face. "But I also think maybe we had to lose each other once to understand what it means to truly hold on." Her breath caught, and she turned to him, startled by the depth of his words. For years she had carried guilt, believing she had ruined their chance. But hearing him speak this way, she felt the weight shift. "You're still the same," she whispered, "always finding a way to see the light, even in the shadows." A faint smile touched his lips. "Maybe," he said, "or maybe it's just because you're standing here now." They stood like that for a while, listening to the soft trickle of water and the distant hum of the city. Then Soo-yeon spoke again, her voice trembling. "My parents still expect me to follow their path. They think I should marry someone who can protect our family's image. Even now, they wouldn't understand this." Her hand tightened on the railing, her knuckles pale. "That's why I'm afraid, June. What if I'm not strong enough to fight them again?" June's eyes softened, and he gently placed his hand over hers, his warmth grounding her. "You don't have to fight alone this time," he said firmly. "We'll fight together. And if the world doesn't accept us, then we'll build a world that does." His voice shook slightly, but his resolve did not waver. "I lost you once because I let fear win. I won't make that mistake again." Her throat ached as tears welled up, slipping silently down her cheeks. She turned into him, resting her forehead against his chest, and he wrapped his arms around her without hesitation. The embrace was not desperate, but steady, carrying the weight of promises unspoken. Soo-yeon closed her eyes, letting herself breathe in the familiar scent of him, the sound of his heartbeat echoing against her ear. For the first time in years, she felt safe. "You're everything I wanted to protect," she whispered into the fabric of his shirt. "Even when I couldn't be with you, I kept protecting you in my heart." June tightened his hold, his voice low but steady. "And you were everything I wanted to wait for. Even when I thought you'd never come back, I couldn't let go." The wind rustled gently, carrying away the sharp chill of the rain. Around them, the city seemed quieter, as though the world had paused to give them this moment. They pulled apart slightly, but June kept one hand on hers, as if afraid she might slip away. His eyes searched hers, filled with both tenderness and determination. "No matter what happens, Soo-yeon, promise me one thing," he said softly. "What?" she asked, her voice barely audible. "Don't hide your heart from me again. Even if the world tells you not to love me, even if your family forbids it, don't shut me out. Let me carry it with you. Let me be the one who knows." Her tears shimmered under the streetlights, but her lips curved faintly, fragile yet real. "I promise," she whispered, "I won't run from us anymore." The weight that had pressed on them for so long seemed to ease, replaced by a fragile but undeniable hope. They began to walk again, crossing the bridge, their steps lighter now. Soo-yeon glanced at June, watching the way the light played across his features, and she felt a quiet certainty bloom within her. For all the pain, for all the years lost, they were here now. And maybe that was enough. As they neared the edge of the bridge, June stopped and looked back at the city skyline, glowing against the night. "Do you think," he asked softly, "that love like ours can survive everything?" Soo-yeon followed his gaze, her fingers intertwining with his. She thought of the storms they had endured, the silence they had lived through, the ghosts that still haunted them. And yet, standing here with him, she felt an unshakable truth rise within her. "Yes," she said firmly, "because love like this doesn't fade. It waits, it fights, and when it finally finds its way back," she squeezed his hand gently, "it becomes stronger than anything that tried to break it." June's eyes softened, his lips parting as though to respond, but he didn't speak. He didn't need to. The quiet smile that touched his face said everything, that after years of shadows, they had found their way back into the light.